Hi, everybody. It is Kathy, and I'd love to be selling. Come on in, sellers. Oh, I've got such fun for you today. We are going to be working on sourcing in demand products to sell on eBay. It always is a challenge to know what is hot on eBay now. And again, the tips I'm going to be sharing with you are good whether you're a newer seller or a more experienced seller. And also, this tip is going to work for you if you're dealing with unlisted inventory, which sometimes can be a challenge because if you have a lot of unlisted inventory, hi, Sharon, how are you? 50 items, 100 items. People come to me and they go, I've got this unlisted inventory and I'm listing every day, but I need help prioritizing what I should be listing now. And I'm going to be covering that today. Hey, Ladoris, good to see you. Also, for sourcing hot inventory. Oh, I'm so glad, Sharon. Good. Sourcing hot inventory. So when you're out,
Smooth Jazz on Amazon Music.
Alexa's going to be talking to me. So whether you are sourcing items from, oh my goodness, Alexa's going to start. Hang on a second. Alexa, stop. Isn't that funny? I triggered my Alexa somehow. Now I'm going to have to turn her off while I'm doing this. So whether you are sourcing items to sell right now, whether you're sourcing thinking ahead for retail events, like you're thinking ahead, let's say like for prom season, for graduation season, the tips I'm going to share with you are things that work and specifically work on eBay. We all source things that tend to be what they call more long tail. A long tail item can be something that's going to sit for like a year and a half, 2 years. Typically, collectibles tend to be more long tail. Typically, a lot of vintage items will be more long tail. And it's great to have those. And if you're going to have a long tail item, you do want to look for items that are going to have really good margins, that you're at least doubling, if not tripling your money, because you're investing, you're paying, for those items, and then you're going to have to be patient and sit in order to get a really good price. But what I'm going to be talking about is as I'm outsourcing, whether I'm using retail arbitrage, whether I'm using estate sales, whether I'm using yard sales, and also online arbitrage, what kind of things could I be looking for, perhaps not with such large margins, but that are going to sell quickly? Because that's the thing you're looking for is a variety of items. You'll notice when you go into most retail establishments like a Macy's or a Nordstrom or an Abercrombie, they have items that sit longer. I know this from when I worked retail. And then you have items that sell quite quickly. You may make a little bit less money, but it keeps the cash flow going. And the cash flow is so essential for a healthy business. If you haven't heard this, and I've heard it from more than one source, typically a small business or a new business that starts, and this is true for any kind of new business, 80% of them fail in the first 5 years. And typically the reason they fail is cash flow. They just don't have a healthy cash flow going. So we're not going to fall victim to that. And I've got great tips for you. So people will come to me and they're like, Kathy, what is selling on eBay? And if you're not aware of this, in case you sell in more than one place, and many sellers do, which I think is a great idea. So you're selling, let's say, on Poshmark and Mercari and eBay, or you're selling on Amazon and eBay, or you're selling on Walmart, Amazon on eBay. But many sellers sell in more than one site. And what you'll discover when you do that is that certain things go for a higher price on one site, a lower price on another site. Certain things are very much in demand on one site and not so much in demand on another site. So the challenge for an eBay seller, and I'm just going to focus on eBay today, is, Kathy, I want to be sourcing inventory that is going to sell well on eBay. So how do I find that out? And also, how can I find that out quickly? You can use things like advanced search where you're checking sold prices, and you can use tools like Terrill, which are also very, very useful. But I've got one that you may not have thought of, and I'm going to share it. And it's also an eBay source. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to what is called eBay's landing page. And if you're not aware of it, it is the page that everybody, when they're logging into eBay, that you land on. It is the main landing page. So it's not your selling, it's not your active listings, it's not your awaiting shipping. It's the eBay landing page that shoppers see. This changes, not only does it change daily, it can also change hourly. And it can also change depending on what the shopper is browsing. So just log into eBay and then go to the main landing page and see what eBay is showing you. And this is what eBay was showing me. So let me just show you this. Okay, so hang on. Okay, and if you don't know, I shop on eBay almost every day. So there's and I shop a big variety of things. So I shop clothing, I shop home decor, I shop shoes. So I shop a lot. I shop toys, which my grandson approves of very much. So I get shown a lot of different things when I log into eBay, and this is what eBay is showing me. So you look at this and you go, okay, Kathy, how does this help me as a seller? So now we put on our eBay thinking caps. This is what eBay's not going to show things that don't sell. Okay. eBay's in the business of making money. They're profitable. They are a publicly traded company. If eBay doesn't sell products regularly to buyers, eBay doesn't make money. So eBay wants to make money. So the things they're showing are things that I know are popular right now and or things that Kathy's interested in because of Kathy's past shopping habits. And this is what it's showing, okay? And you go, okay, Kathy, well, I may not have the space to do a bicycle, right? Because I'm in New York City, I can't be sourcing bikes. And I'm looking at sneakers. It's like, okay, I know sneakers are interesting. And then you've got this Posturepedic and all these various things. You go like, again, how is this going to help me? And this is what I want to show you. Was the tech and home is what caught my attention. So if you don't know, eBay's heavily invested right now in certified refurbished items, and you do have to be certified as a certified refurbished seller. There's a protocol you go through in order to get that logo on your item. But what that tells me is that appliances are hot, okay? And appliances, no pun intended, appliances are hot for various reasons. You do have more people doing things at home than before. They may not be traveling as much. They may not be going out to restaurants as much. So there's much more emphasis on the home. And again, you're seeing this picture, obviously, of these flat screen TVs and of these large ovens. And you go, well, Kathy, I don't really have the space, to be selling flat screen TVs and large ovens. So this is the first thing to think about when you're sourcing, is particularly when I was looking at these toaster ovens, and a lot of it seems to be Cuisinart, or they were showing me Cuisinart. Yeah. So we got Cuisinart toaster ovens, air fryer, big coffee maker, and then we're going into headsets. Is don't overlook parts, particularly when you're out doing things like flea markets and yard sales, is that oftentimes, even if the item is not working, and you'll see people selling things on eBay for parts only, they'll be having that in the title. Oh, I just got a cha-ching. Yeah, I'm doing well. It's like, yay, that was nice. Is take a look for parts. So the item, particularly when you're at yard sales and stuff, because oftentimes there's like the free box or the free stuff for the last day, and it's because the things don't work. The toaster oven doesn't work. The toaster doesn't work. But people want the knob. People want the trays. People want the parts. And what it's showing me is if eBay is featuring home appliances on their landing page, this is prime real estate for eBay. This is like, I'm trying to think of an analogy, but this is it. This is like the front yard. This is the billboard, is they're showing off appliances. And I oftentimes, when I'm working with sellers, is, we're selling clothing, or we might be selling kids' toys and plush, and all of that is great. But do not overlook appliances, and don't be put off thinking, like for me, there's no way I can sell TVs out of my home. I have a 2-bedroom New York City apartment. If I had, let's say, half a dozen TVs, it would probably take up my entire living room. But the parts, okay, the parts, the knobs, the trays, the stands. And typically, for instance, especially when you're at a yard sale and they have the box of the free stuff, you can see what the model number is. I mean, shoot it with your phone. That's what I do. I'll shoot it with my phone. So I have the make and model number for the thing. And then they're saying, like, take it. So, I'll take the whole thing. I'll take the knobs and trays. And then I take the part that I'm not able to resell. and I take it to a recycling area. Like here in the city, we have days when certain things go out. Okay, so look at that. So look at the last day of a yard sale. Oftentimes in a thrift store, again, they might have things put aside because they know they don't work. I know at one local thrift store I go to, they test the things to make sure they work. If they don't work, they put them aside. And again, I'm sure they're just recycling them. Is make an offer, say, can I take that off your hands? You know, are you just getting rid of it? I'm glad to recycle that for you. And then you can strip off the knobs, the trays, the whatever. And certainly when you're getting rid of any appliances in your home, again, if they've broken, I just had a coffee machine we went through this with, and there was a capsule container on the back. There's a drip tray on the front. What else was there? There was the drip tray. There was the capsule. And there's the water reservoir. There's a water reservoir and there's a lid to the water reservoir. And all of those parts have resale value. It's something else for you to sell. And this is an in-demand category. How do I know? eBay's telling me. It's on the eBay landing page. So let's see what else eBay's got over here. This is what I wanted to click on. So over here, if you're not aware of this, so there's a left-hand navigation menu on the left-hand side, okay? And I'm going to look at, I said, let's look at kitchen, dining, and bar, okay? And I scroll down, make sure you guys can see this. Okay, good. So we're seeing, again, air fryers. But again, keep an eye out for this, because if you have the ability to store these and ship these and test these are great. The coffee makers, and again, coffee makers. The crafts sell. Oh, let me tell you, and here we are with the Cuisinart food processor. If you're not aware of this with food processors, again, the make, the model, the blades, because people throw out the blades by mistake. The blade gets damaged. They try and do something with the food processor that it was not intended to do. The same thing with blenders, the blades, because they try to do something with the blender it was not intended to do. Keep an eye out for these, because these can be gold. And if you do retail arbitrage, and retail arbitrage is when you go into a store, like a Macy's, like a Target, and this used to happen regularly at 2 retail stores that I would see, and it would typically happen in January and July for some reason, is last year's model, very similar to cars. So there's last year's model of the Cuisinart or the pots and pans, and I remember this happened on some very high-end pots and pans. They mark them down drastically. And I saw 2 stores do this. There's nothing wrong with them. They're great. They're in demand. It's just they're not the new version, the new model. So you can get a $200 set of pots and pans for $50, $40, right? And there is weight. You always have to consider the weight when you're shipping. But oftentimes they'll fit conveniently into one of the flat rate boxes, like a medium flat rate, and you can ship them that way. Or I'm thinking something like the food processor. If you're not aware of this, even when it works, oftentimes, like a food processor, go onto eBay, and this is where Terrill is extremely helpful. Go onto eBay and check the sold prices for the parts. And oftentimes, if it's a 1-year-old model or a 2-year-old model, or even longer, especially if it's vintage, and it even if it works, by breaking it down, so it's the blade, it's the little gasket, it may come with accessories. It has an accessory thing that you will make more money. This happened to me with a coffee maker. You make more money breaking it down for parts than you do selling it as one whole thing. So always do that. Look for, and if you don't know the names of all the parts, just look at it on eBay, right? So I'll look at Cuisinart food processor, and then you see it, because you'll have a seller that will name all the parts. You can also Google it or search it on the web, and you'll find the manual. Very handy. All the manuals are online now, pretty much. And in the manual, they'll always have all the parts, and they'll label it. So you know it's the this, that gasket, it's the this, that pushing thing for the food processor, you know, all of that same kind of thing. And don't forget things like blenders, Vitamixes, juicers, all very popular. And again, you may not use it, like you go, I wouldn't use this big monster juicer, but somebody else would. And perhaps the big monster juicer or food processor is intimidating to you because of the size and the weight. because I know some of these juicers, they're like huge. But if I break it down and sell the parts, again, the gasket, the blade, the lid, I'm going to make more money. And it's a heck of a lot easier to ship a lid to a blender than it is the entire carafe. So, let eBay go to the landing page, poke around in these categories, get familiar with these products so that, again, when you're out at the yard sale, when you're out at a retail store, again, I've done it where literally they just, that was another thing, floor samples. They'll take the floor sample. And again, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's been out. So it might be a little dirty, right? But hey, us eBay sellers, we know how to clean, right? There's nothing wrong with it. They want to get it off. They want a new floor sample and they will mark it down. And again, always double check because sometimes it is missing a little thing. It's a missing, the rubber gasket, or it's missing. It comes with 4 blades and somebody walked off with one of the blades. So now that's only 3 blades. So always double check. But typically floor samples, you get really, really good prices. If the salespeople don't volunteer, you always say, is there an outlet I could just plug it in and test to make sure it works? Is always a good thing to do. But if you haven't been using the eBay landing page, and again, we all now have Terrill, which is fabulous, and you can use advanced search, but don't forget the eBay landing page. It is so, so helpful for doing research. And again, eBay, remember, eBay's out to make money, right? I know this doesn't shock any of us, just like we're out to make money. It is going to show the most in-demand products and category on that landing page. Now realize it's tailored to you. So if you log into eBay, you might see different things. Like my husband loves sports collectibles. So my suspicion is when he logs in, he's probably getting hit with a ton of sports things. In fact, I've got to log into his account and I'll check. As opposed to for me, because I am shopping home decor and I am shopping home and I am shopping women's clothing and men's clothing, kids' toys, most likely I will see a different assortment. That's called artificial intelligence, in case you run across that, where the shopping experience is tailored to that buyer, which you want because it gets them to keep coming back to eBay. But use it. See what eBay's featuring because they are featuring it for a reason. It is popular and it is selling. And when you're out sourcing, besides getting wonderful long tail things that are going to make us good money, I also want to keep an eye out for these things that are the quick flip, the quick money makers, the things that I listed and bam, within a day or two or a week or two or a month or two, it is sold and I make some good money. Why? Because I want that cash flow. There's another great way to make money with eBay if you're not aware of it. And if you haven't checked this out yet, eBay has an affiliate marketing program called EPN. It is completely free. Just Google eBay Partner Network or EPN and you can join. And you don't need to have a store to join. And what it is you then get the ability to create these affiliate links or these links where you get paid commission or earn free final value fee, depending on whether it's your item or not. And the great thing for something like that landing page, if I see like, hey, Cuisinart blender for $300, or I see, hey, air fryer that looks really, really good, I can share that product, even though it's not my product, once I have an EPN account with my EPN links on social media. And that way, when the people see the air fryer, they see the Cuisinart and they click on it. Get this, even if they don't buy the exact item that they click on, if they buy something else, but they came in on my link, on my EPN link, I earn a commission if the purchase is made within the first 24 hours. I've got a super guide. It's on flash sale, all about EPN, because EPN is a great way for sellers to make money. And again, you do not need an eBay store to use EPN. The guide is called EPN Guide, eBay Partner Network, a moneymaker for eBay sellers. And again, it's on a flash sale for another day, just for another 24 hours. Grab it. Grab it while it's on sale, download it, and hang on to it. It is super, super easy to use. And again, a lot of sellers, they'll sign up for EPN and then they never learn it. They never learn it, right? It'd be like, I have my eBay account, but I never list. I walk you through step by step how to do it, how to create the links, how to share on social media. I give you different tips for the different social media. But let me tell you, because EPN is free to join, to Share on social media without EPN links, I'm losing money. I can earn either a free final value fee if they buy the item that they come in on, that's my item, or if they come in on my item and then bounce over to somebody else's item, I can earn a commission. So I earn money by selling on eBay, and then I can earn money by sending people to eBay. I'm like, this is fabulous. So anyway, hop over to my website, ilovetobeselling.com, grab the EPN guide, a moneymaker for eBay sellers, and a portion of the proceeds are going to go to Lorianne Wong's food pantry in Atlanta, Georgia, to help folks out. So grab it. Use the eBay landing page for research. It is super easy, fast, and you'll spot trends that way. It also gets you thinking, like, you go, boy, I never thought of that. You're like, yay, new money maker. And then share it on social with the links that you can use from EPN, and use my guide to help you with that. EPN guide, a moneymaker for eBay sellers. And again, it's half off, but only for another day. Enjoy it. Thank you so much, Sharon. Yes, Sharon's got, hi, Jimmy, how are you? You're welcome, Jimmy. It is my pleasure. Anyway, enjoy, and grab the guide while it's on sale, everybody. Bye-bye. I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling.